if one stays regal, one doesn't have to get regal. Okay. Hey guys, it's your girl Ayesha and welcome to my Drag Race UK Lowdown. We finally have Drag Race here in the UK. It's actually happening. RuPaul himself has come here and has actually given us the gift of Drag Race at last. To those of you who subscribed to me for my Drag Race Lowdowns in the past, thank you so much for still being here. Drag Race UK is available on BBC Three, okay? Now this is an online service, so you can check it out on BBC iPlayer. I'm not quite sure how it works when you are overseas, but somebody will be streaming it somewhere. So all I'm saying is grab a cup of tea and sit down and watch it because it's actually pretty good. If you are indeed a RuPaul's Drag Race fan, then make sure that you definitely do consider subscribing so that you don't miss my updates every single week. Now, as it's week one, there's a lot of people to get through, so let's just jump straight into it. So first up, I'm gonna give you a rundown of everybody's opening look. First to come through the doors is Bag of Chips. Now, Bag of Chips is loud, she is gobby, she is in your face, she doesn't care. She is what we would probably call a potty mouth. She's definitely got a mouth on her. And I think she's absolutely fabulous. She's got so much personality and it just exudes from her every being. I love her so far. Her outfit, I actually would wear that. It's very Cat Slater from EastEnders. Just fully sequined. I really liked it. Usually I like to go for a more sort of like coloured leopard print, but she went for the normal style. But because it's all covered in sequins, honey, I am totally here for that. I loved it. Up next is the absolutely stunning, beautiful blue hydrangea. She is, oh my goodness. As she says, she is the queen of the makeup brush, and I highly agree. Even when I watched the Meet the Queens episode, her makeup was what I loved the most. She's absolutely stunning. She came in this beautiful blue hydrangea dress and she blew the petals out of her hand and she went, I'm ready to paint the town blue. That's my Irish accent. My Northern Irish accent is not the best. There's probably going to be plenty more of that to come. So I apologize in advance. But what she said was, in translation, I'm ready to paint the town blue. And I'm totally here for it. I thought that it was absolutely gorgeous. The only thing I would say is that I wish that her corset wasn't kind of like poking through the nude illusion part of the material. It was a tiny bit distracting for me, but on the whole, she looked absolutely stunning. I would definitely wear that dress, 100%. Up next is Davina De Campo. Now, I've already seen her in All Together Now, and she's been on The Voice. She's done a whole heap of different things. She's been around for about 15 years, and, you know, so she is quite a well-seasoned queen. She's very talented. She can do pretty much everything. You know, she can act, dance, sew, and she can sing in 4.5 octaves while doing the splits, apparently. I mean, I have heard her sing, but I've not seen her sing during the splits, so that would be quite cool to see. But in terms of her outfit, she went for sort of burgundy and grey, and for me that was a little bit too dark. I like seeing her in the more over-the-top, flashy, campy stuff, and that wasn't what I got from her. So this outfit for me wasn't really my favourite, but regardless, I'm still very much looking forward to seeing what she can bring. She's got a humongous personality and her laugh is everything. If you liked Evie Oddly's laugh from last season, think that, but about 12 octaves higher. Basically that. Or more like that. I must say though, I do love the way that she styled that wig. Like, I have a burgundy wig here that could definitely do with some love, so I might need to hit Davina up. Up next, we've got Crystal from London. As much as I love iridescent stuff, I actually didn't really like this. I felt that the kind of like wrapping around, it didn't really do much for her figure. And even though she was showing quite a bit of her figure in terms of like her lower half and like her legs and stuff, but like, I don't know, it looks a little bit messy for me. I wasn't altogether too impressed. Her makeup was quite cool, but I wasn't that fussed on this outfit at all. Now, she's not technically British. She's actually born in Canada, but has lived in London for 10 years. So, you know, we'll give her a pass. They did it for us with Charlie Hines and so on. So, you know, we'll allow it. In next is Something Wong from Birmingham. And no, that's not me being racist. That's just her name. Just deal with it, okay? So, yeah, this outfit, I liked the sort of like tangerine color. I did like that, but I wasn't altogether too fussed about that nudish colored cape. I don't know. I like a bit more glitz, and I wasn't quite getting that from her. The necklace was cool, you know, it was massive. I love overstated things, but yeah, I wasn't altogether that impressed with this first look. She did surprise me later on though. Thing is, she does already describe herself as being glam, but on a budget. So, you know, we could see that in this outfit. Is that shady? It's a little bit shady. Sorry. Not sorry. Cheryl Hole comes in this sort of Nude Illusion, strappy, super duper fringy outfit, which definitely plays to her strengths as a dancer. I would have much preferred it though if it was covered in jewels or even sequins or glitter or something, but that's just me personally because I'm a bit of a glitterholic, okay? So I would have much preferred that, but apart from that, I thought that she looked great. I cannot wait to see her dance. That you can tell that she's a dancer just from the way that she moves. She reminds me a lot of Alyssa Edwards, and I would imagine that's probably where she got quite a bit of her inspiration from. So yeah, I am very much looking forward to seeing her perform. Now, she is hailing from Essex, so we're about to see some true Essex glamour, or what, you know, the interpretation of glamour is. Because it's something. Next is Gothy Kendall. Now, this is something I would actually wear. It's a tracksuit. It's a see-through tracksuit, but it's purple and it's sparkly. So I was happy about that. I really did quite like that. The hair was interesting. It was an interesting style. I wouldn't rock that, but yeah, I did quite like the tracksuit. Personality-wise, okay. Next is Vinegar Strokes from London. I actually thought that she was from Birmingham. She sounds like she has a touch of an accent from there, but apparently not. But yeah, so she's from London. She came in leopard print as well. I like the tailoring of the jacket on this. I do like a nice suit jacket, but I don't think that I would wear this one because it's a little bit too dull for me. Bag of Chips gave me leopard print, but she gave me a hell of a lot of sparkle and she's showing off some leg. This for me is a bit too dark, a little bit too dull, and it doesn't quite show off her personality as much as I would like it to, because she's got a huge personality. You can see that right from the get-go. So yeah, brighter colors please, Vinegar. Up next is Scaredy Cat. Now, you guys are probably expecting me to go absolutely haywire and wild over this because quite a lot of this look is my aesthetic. The coat though, the pink, blue and purple, which is obviously my colors, you guys already know, coat, I don't know, for me it was just a little bit too heavy for this look personally. That's just me. The rest of it, yeah, I'd probably wear. Especially the shoes. The shoes are so extra, the bow is so extra, the hair is so extra, and I really like the very interesting magenta contour that she's done. Now, Scaredy Cat is young. Scaredy Cat is 19, the youngest queen to walk into Drag Race. Scaredy Cat has been doing drag for 11 months. Yeah, let's just let that sink in for a second. 11 months. Scaredy Cat has never been to a drag show before, ever. But somehow ended up on RuPaul's Drag Race. What? What I don't understand though is how she managed to get on there when she's never ever performed before. Not only has she never been to a drag show, she's never performed before. How did she do it? I need to see the audition tape. Last but not least, instructs the Vivienne with "Don't get too comfy, girls. This is going to take 2 minutes." That's my terrible Liverpudlian accent. Oh my God. I really need to work on that. I'm usually better at that. That was awful. Don't get too comfy, girls. Just stop, Ayesha, just stop. I loved this look. I absolutely did. It's very Lady Gaga. I love just how big, over the top and angular that the collar was. I think that red is a fantastic color on her. It's perfectly shaped to her. With the platinum blonde hair, it worked really, really well. The red glasses was a really nice touch. Yeah, absolutely love this outfit. Quite possibly could be my favorite. So let's get straight into the mini challenge. So they had to take 2 photos, one serving face every day, and the second serving body. And through the power of green screen, they were going to be merged together, and so they basically had to take a picture with their decapitated head. Some of these photos are utterly ridiculous, and they also had to say like a really funny caption as well. Bag of chips really made me laugh. She sat there, legs astride, head between her legs, and she was like, "Shut your gob, there's a draft." Which I thought was really quite funny. Something Wong was like breastfeeding herself. Some other queens were doing some unspeakable things. But then it came to Gothy Kendall. I mean, I won't repeat the phrase because, you know, I'm trying to stay family friendly here on this channel. But regardless, it was a phrase that required a lot more sass, a lot more attitude, a lot more certainty. And she delivered none of that, to the point where Rue was howling with laughter. But she thought that that was a good thing. And he wasn't. He just didn't find her enthusiastic. And he said it. It was like, "You're not very enthusiastic, are you?" I was like, "Oh." Yeah, she was definitely the worst for me. Some of the queens are pulling some really funny faces. Like Vinegar Strokes, I thought gave great face in this. Also, the Vivienne as well. I thought she was so funny. And I actually thought that she might win. Or even Vinegar might have won this. But it was actually Scaredy Cat. She decided to basically just crap herself. So it was just her head like in between her legs, and yeah, she just crapped herself. But I didn't find that as funny as I found Vinegar and the Vivienne, but you know, I'm not the one who chooses. On to the maxi challenge now. So they actually had to come up with 2 different looks for the runway, one being like the queen of their own town and the other being the queen. So a bit like when they do like say a Madonna challenge, you've got to just like pick your favorite Madonna. They basically had to pick like their favorite queen or queen outfit from whichever year, and they had to replicate that on the runway. So that was the second half of the big challenge. So for the first half, I'm gonna just basically pick my personal top 5 and share those with you. And if you've got anything different to say, please do let me know in the comment section who your favorite ones were. So my top 5, let me think. Number 5, I'm gonna go with Bag of Chips. She turned up as Amy Winehouse, so she's representing Camden Town. She had the look on point. Like, we got the reference straight away. She comes out, fag in hand, staggering everywhere, one shoe on. Do you know what I mean? Her hair up to here. Like, she looked like Amy Winehouse, and we totally got the reference straight away. And yeah, she kind of was looked up to as a bit of a queen of Camden, wasn't she, back in her day? But yeah, so I actually did quite enjoy that look. I think I enjoyed it more because of the acting that went with it. Like, the outfit itself wasn't much to write home about, but then again, when did Amy Winehouse really wear things that were to write home about, you know? But it was the acting that went with it, the personality. That's what really sold it for me. Number 4 for me, probably the Vivienne. She came out as Pete Burns, and she looked exactly like Pete Burns. And I know that some of you are going to be like, how can you say that she's number 4? You know, she was the best, blah, blah, blah. I totally get it, but I'm not a big Pete Burns fan. So like, I wasn't like blown away by it, but I was very impressed by how well that she managed to look like Pete Burns, and just have the same sort of like characteristics and clothing, really, like even down to the boots. Like, she really definitely sold that character very, very well. Number 3 for me would probably be Scaredy Cat. Scaredy Cat comes from Wiltshire, which is basically the middle of nowhere, full of countryside, bushes, bracken, that sort of thing. And she looked like that, you know, she looked like she was a cat that had been dragged through the hedges and brought all of the woods with her. And I thought that she looked great. It's not something that I would wear, but conceptually, I thought it was absolutely brilliant, and I really liked her makeup in this as well. She's a very arty queen. Like I'm going to be keeping my eye on Scaredy Cat. Number 2 for me was Cheryl Hole, representing Essex in its finest. All the fake tan, the patchy fake tan, the big over the top hair, the blingy sunglasses. It's very Gemma Collins. The toilet paper on the bottom of the shoe. That for me was everything. And just like the way that she presented herself, like she was it. That's very Essex. And yeah, I totally got all the references and absolutely loved it. Number 1 for me, and I'm very surprised that she didn't get further in this, was Something Wrong. She came as the bullring of Birmingham with those big ass horns and that massive bull ring in her nose. And I really liked the gorgeous black and gold sleeky dress that she had on. I thought she looked fabulous. Like, is it just me? Or like, should she have won that? I don't know. Mind you, for this challenge, they do take both looks into account, but her second look was really good as well. My worst 2 for me on this runway were, and I feel really sad to have to say this, Vinegar Strokes. Girl, listen, you are hailing from London town, okay? I'm originally from London, so obviously I want to see things that I'm going to recognize. And even I didn't recognize that was the River Thames going across your midriff, okay? Like, I didn't recognize it. I actually didn't. Not until they mentioned it and Rue was like, Thames across the board. Then I was like, oh, it's the River Thames. So like, if you're gonna do that, you've got to go the whole hog, really. There was like a little mini London Eye, I think, that was in the bottom of the squiggly Thames piece, but like you had to really squint to see it. Like it just didn't translate well enough on the runway, on camera, and probably not well enough in person either. So yeah, I wasn't very fond of that. And it's a shame because like she could have come out, I don't know, with like London Underground stuff or something like that, you know, something that we would straight away look at and go, yes, that's definitely London. I was just a bit like, okay, I really like your sparkly outfit, but where's the London in that? And my second bottom is the second queen that I'll put in the bottom is Gothy Kendall, because like she's representing Leicester. Okay, so red Leicester cheese. I'm guessing that's why she was kind of painted orange. But her whole demeanor on stage, she really needs a lot of work, like a lot of work. She kind of just like stomp, rrr, stomp, rrr. And they even like really took the mick out of her, like the judges. They all just went, let's do it all together. 1, 2, 3. There was nothing there. Give me something. I will also mention, whilst it wasn't one of my favorite outfits, just because it was a little bit mismatched for me, Davina's hair, I thought was absolutely fabulous. She's wearing one of them big ass foam wigs, which was just ridiculous, but totally something that I would actually wear. The rest of the outfit though, no. Okay, so now on to the second category, which was Queen Elizabeth realness. This is my interpretation of Queen Elizabeth. She wouldn't wear anything like this at all, would she? No, but it doesn't matter. I've got the hair, just giving myself a little purple rinse, okay? So for me, in at number 5 would be Bag of Chips with her rosy pink 1970s look. It wasn't quite an exact match of the Queen's look, but she definitely put her own stamp on it. But what I love is just her acting. Her face was perfect. She was just like the whole time. Because the queen, she looks a bit miserable most of the time, doesn't she? It takes a lot to make her smile. And then even just like digging out a wedgie at the back, you know what I mean? Like, it's classic bagger, and you know, it's a subtle nod to the queen. I was happy with it. I liked it. I found it really funny. Number 4 for me was Crystal. I love a militant look. And this was her sort of like a Troop in the Colour kind of style. And I thought that the detail in like the jacket was amazing. I loved the black glittery sash. Her medals were actual replicas. You know, even down to like the big feather in the hair, even though her hat fell off at the end of the runway, but you know, we won't say any more about that. I just thought that she came out with lots of character, nothing like how the queen would act, but this is drag after all, so it doesn't matter. The queen wouldn't be digging her ass out either, would she? The bag of chips didn't care. But yeah, I thought that this was really, really funny and very well put together. So yeah, I definitely did enjoy this one. Number 3 for me would be Scaredy Cat. Scaredy Cat came as Baby Queen, and she did a really, really good job, because not only did she actually like look like Baby Queen Elizabeth in terms of the whole dress, but she is literally the baby queen of the season, or of Drag Race history. You know, she's 19, man, she's young. And she's coming out here storming it, really. I was very, very impressed. She's proper like, you know, throwing her toys at the pram, spitting her dummy out, showing off her diaper to everybody, kicking her shoes off, you know. She really gave it everything in terms of acting. So yeah, I wholeheartedly applaud that performance. Number 2 for me is Something Wrong, because I thought that the stamp idea was absolutely brilliant. Even her just walking from left to right with her head facing that way. It's just very iconic for us Brits. Everybody knows the first class stamp. It is what it is, you know. And then she turned around and just had lick me on the back. So, you know, a little bit naughty. But yeah, I thought it was absolutely brilliant. For me, number 1 in this category has got to go to Blue Hydrangea. I don't know whether the judges could really see the amount of detail that was in that dress. The dress was huge for a start. It was quite unforgettable. Then you've got all of the coins that are positioned so nice and neatly all over the bodice part of the dress. And then she's got a big massive £2 coin that's like splitting her head in half. So whenever she turned to the side, especially whenever the light reflected off of it, it just looked like a shiny £2 coin. I thought, this is absolute genius. It was so good. And I felt bad for her that she didn't get any recognition for it at all. Even if she wasn't in the top or bottom, because, you know, she was one of the safe ones, I still think that she should have been praised for that, because that was an absolutely epic costume. So yeah, Blue Hydrangea definitely gets top from me in that category. She was fabulous. Though it wasn't my favourite, the Vivian was the one who actually won this whole challenge. But I will say though that her idea was quite genius. It was Hunting Queen. She basically like shot some ducks and had them like hanging off of her skirt, and she's there with her wellies and all that. And you know, again, she was putting a lot of character into it. I just didn't really like the outfit. It didn't really do much for me. But that being said, I do have to commend her for matching the outfit really, really well and still putting quite a funny spin on it. The bottom 2 for me, it's kind of tough really, because I wasn't that fussed on any of the last 3 looks. So, well, Gothy Kendall's definitely going in there, because I just thought that the look just looked very unfinished. Not just that, but she just stomps down the runway and doesn't give any personality at all. So yeah, she was definitely in the bottom for me. I think I'll give Vinegar Strokes a pass on this one, just because I preferred the colour. I liked seeing her in a nice sort of like bright yellow. But Davina's one, I wasn't too fussed on like the colour or even the way that that the outfit sort of hung on her. I didn't really like it that much. So outfit wise, I might put her in the bottom, but she didn't deserve to be in the bottom overall. But outfit wise, for this one, might put her in the bottom. Sorry, Davina. So the overall winner was the Vivian. And I'm waiting to hear, you know, that she's either won a cash tip or, you know, she's won some gift card. You know, I don't know, £3,000 to spend at Debenhams or something. No, she gets a Rupeeta badge. I'm sorry. You just done all that work for a badge. Are you kidding me? And then I thought, but hold on a second, the prize isn't actually money in this one. Usually it's $100,000, but it's not actually money in this one. They get whisked away to Hollywood to go and star in their own digital TV series, which is nice. But $100,000 though? Where's that? There's clearly a slightly more budgeted version, but a Rupeeta badge. I thought that was quite a good play on words, to be fair. For those of you who don't know, here in the UK, we have Blue Peter. It's a kids show where you make lots of stuff and, you know, you get a Blue Peter badge if you feature on the show. Every kid wanted to have a Blue Peter badge. Rue's taken it and made it into a Rupeeta badge because he just steals everything. So, you know, there's your explanation. I thought it was funny, but that's not a prize. Vinegar Strokes and Gothy Kendall were in the bottom. They had to lip sync, and Gothy, again, just no effort, looking down on the floor constantly. Hands are doing something, but she's looking down here, whereas Vinegar is dashing off her turban and dashing off her wigs and all the rest of it and giving us a show. You know, well, she did warn us. She did say it's the Vinegar Strokes show. So, you know, we had the warning, and, you know, she pulled it off, quite literally. But yeah, I think she definitely does need to up her game there, because she comes in with this big bolshy personality, but she needs to definitely step it up on the runway for sure. So yeah, better luck next week, Vinegar. I don't want to see her in the bottom again because I quite like her. So there you have it, my darlings. That is your Drag Race UK lowdown. Let me know in the comment section. Question of the day: who are you currently rooting for? Who is your favorite? Who did you think was the best dressed? Blah, 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 all that jazz. Have a little chit chat down there and I will jump into the chat with you. If you enjoyed this video and Drag Race is your thing, then definitely hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on my future videos. And over here, you can find some past Drag Race reviews from me. Take care, my darlings, and I'll see you all soon. Mwah. Bye.